Hello everyone, how are you today? Thank you for being here with me. This is going to be a class that builds up to elephant trunk pose and arm balancing posture. So we're going to build core strength, hip flexibility and mobility, along with wrist strength and flexion in the wrists. Okay, so hips, core, wrists, building up to a confidence building, playful arm balancing posture called elephant trunk. Okay, so we're going to begin in our seat, sitting up nice and tall, closing down the eyes, finding your center line, inhaling through the nose, bringing the awareness to the inner body, settling in. Maybe it's the morning or maybe it's at night. Doesn't matter. Just settle into your body wherever you're at. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling back up through the nose, filling the diaphragm fully. The belly expands, then the chest as we fill, and then we exhale. Chest, belly. Inhale, fill. Diaphragm, deep low belly, then the chest. Then the breath moves up into the chest as we inhale. Exhale out of the chest, emptying out the diaphragm. Belly draws in. One more time. Inhale. Fill the diaphragm. Then the chest. Exhale, empty out. Chest, diaphragm, and belly draws in. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe settling in on an intention for your practice today, or a positive affirmation, whatever that may be. I'm going to try to speak louder because the microphone is not working and I ordered a new one. So please do bear with me as I gain better sound quality and just quality overall in my yoga videos. All right, so from our seat, we're going to go to our tabletop, hands and knees table. Shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees, finding a flat back. A few rounds of cat-cow, waking up the spine, waking up the neck and the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone, gaze up. Inhale, lengthen through the center line. Exhale, round it out like a cat. Move your spine around, forward and back, side to side. Whatever feels good to you. Maybe take some hip circles. You can bring the shoulders forward, send the hips back. Find some organic movement in your body. Inhale, exhale. Connecting our breath with our movements here. And we're gonna really stretch out the wrists as we build wrist strength. So we're going to bring our forearms to face each other. Hands are still shoulder width apart, and we're going to gently rock from side to side. So the index finger points towards the side edge of the mat, side edges of the mat, gently rocking left to right, side to side. We can even shift the shoulders forward here and draw some circle shapes, some smaller circle shapes, bringing the chest forward and sending the hips back slightly. And then moving in the opposite direction, or just gently rock from side to side. The wrist can be kind of vulnerable. And then we're gonna roll the wrist out, shake it out, tense and release. We're gonna bring the forearm now to face the front edge of the mat. Shoulder over the wrist, they're still shoulder width apart. Index finger points back towards the knees, and we're gonna do the same thing. Fingers spread nice and wide, really rooting down here through the heel of the hand. You can bring the shoulders forward, send the hips back. You can rock from right to left. You can draw those circle shapes, bringing the shoulders forward, sending the hips back, hips moving in one direction and then the other. Really feeling a nice stretch in the fingers and the forearms. Keep the fingers spread wide. Roll the wrist, shake it out, make a fist and release it, let it go, let something go. And then we're gonna flip the palm. So the top side of the hand is gonna press into the mat. And we're gonna gently rock from side to side and forward and back, forward and back. Feeling a really nice forearm stretch here. Front side of the hand and the arm. These are great for carpal tunnel and tennis elbow. Helping to prevent those and helping to work through those if you have symptoms of those. Shake it out, roll it out, tense and release, make a fist, and release it. Moving to our first downward facing dog, we're gonna tuck the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. My dog was out here, speaking of dogs. She has short black hair that goes everywhere, so it's on my yoga pants already. That's okay. Downward facing dog, pedaling at the feet, gently bending one knee, straightening the opposite leg. Rock the head from side to side, shake the head yes and no. Looking forward and back. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna move through a few chaturangas to warm up, sun salutations, A and B. So we're sending the chest back towards the thighs as we look up. We're gonna gracefully step our right foot up, left foot follows right, forward fold. Bend the knees, bring the chest to the thighs. You can hang and bind. Our first forward fold here. And sway from side to side. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Reverse swan dive the arms, extend them out by your sides, reach them up and overhead. Inhale, back bending here. Sternum lifting up. Side body's lengthening. Inhale, exhale, forward folding. So we can swan dive down, extending out through the fingertips, forward fold, leading with the heart, chest lifts. Inhale, flat back for length in our number 7 shape, belly in, flat back. Gaze goes forward. We're at the space in between our eyebrows. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, jump or float to high plank pose. High plank goes to low plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Keep pedaling at the knees. Again. Looking forward, step or float, left foot up. So we're gonna gracefully just kind of pass through this. Right foot floats up to meet left, forward fold, bend the knees, chest to thighs. Hang and bind if you want to. Rooting to rise, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So swan diving down, really extend out through those fingertips, active arms. Inhale, flat back for length, gaze goes forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, jump or float to high plank pose so we can plant the hands fully, bringing the shoulders forward, belly draws in. Jumping the feet back, high plank goes to low plank, or we lower down to the knees, lowering chin, chest, and heart. Sweep it up for our cobra pose, or full up dog. Legs can engage and lift off the mat, or they can rest. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're gonna look forward and step right foot up, going to a warrior one. This is a modified sun salutation A and B. Squaring off our hips here. Left hip bone forward, right hip bone back, elbows up with the ears, palms face or touch, sternum lifting up. Opening in the hips, in the inner thighs. It's all good for this whole pelvic region. Also, the abdominal region. Reproductive organs. Actually, warrior one is good for reproductive organs. Inhale. Exhale, cart with the hands, framing the front right foot. Step it back, high plank. Hands are shoulder width apart, nice flat back. High plank goes to low. We drop down to the knees, lower chin, chest, and heart. Sweep it up, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog, up dog, down dog, or cobra, okay? You get the gist. Looking forward, left foot steps up, warrior one, other side. Hips stay squared, back foot is flat. Elbows up with the ears, palms face or touch. Sternum lifting up, shoulder blades roll down the back. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands, framing the front left foot, step it back, high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward, we're gonna step, jump, or float up in between the hands at the top of the mat. Woo. Gracefully stepping it up there. Chair. Bending the knees, sinking our hips low. Not allowing the knees to go past the toes here, past the feet. Tailbone towards the heels, elbows up at the ears, palms face over touch. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back for length in that number 7 shape. Extending the spine. Find the length of the backside. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, jump, or float. High plank pose. High plank goes to low plank, hover, sweep it up, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. One more time, right foot steps up, warrior 1. Hips stay square, that back foot is flat. About a 45 to 60 degree angle. Inhale here, I went over this on my previous videos. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands, framing the front right foot, step it back, high plank goes to low. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. Other side. You can lift that left leg if you want to. You can lift the leg or foot or just immediately step it up in between the hands at the opposite side. Warrior 1. Sternum lifting up. Elbows back. Shoulders back. Shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, sternum lifting. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, bring the front left foot, step it back, high plank goes to low, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Step, jump, or float to chair pose. Jump those feet up in between the hands, the top of the mat, bend the knees, sink the hips low for chair. Tailbone towards the heels. Again, sinking low. Find a flat back here in your chair, like you're going against the wall. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back for length, number 7 shape. Gaze goes forward. Or right here, in between the eyebrows. Or at the tip of your nose. Or any point in space. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, jump, float, high plank pose. High plank goes to low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a resting breath here in your downward facing dog or in a child's pose. You can always drop down to the knees, send the hips back to the heels, and forehead down to the mat. Any variation is fine here. Knees can open wide or knees can touch. We can extend our child's pose, tenting the fingertips out in front of us. Breathing. Into the spine, into the neck and the shoulders. You can always take rest in your child's pose, okay? Or in your down dog as you become lighter in your practice. So inhale here, exhale here. We're going to shift our weight forward. We're going to go to bear pose to build some upper body shoulder strength and core strength. So we're going to bend our knees, like we're gonna come forward. All right, so this is bear. We're hovering the chest forward like we're in a high plank. We're hovering the knees off the mat. We want to squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Pretend you're squeezing a block here in between the legs. All right, so a few good breaths here. Breathe into the center line, belly draws in, flat back, shoulders hovering forward. You can take little micro movements here, bringing the shoulders forward. In front of the fingertips, spread the fingers wide, rooting down to the heels of our hands and the pads of the fingers. Also pressing into the knuckles. Or you can just stay here in bear, breathing. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog, roll over the toes. Send the heels back, chest back, and gaze back. Maybe shake that head yes and no one more time from side to side. Loosening up the spine. One more time, really strengthening the wrists here in our shoulder girdle in bear pose as we hover. Breathing, one more breath, inhale. Exhale, inhale here. Exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Or just send the heels back. That's what we're doing. And then we're gonna go to high plank. So just walking the feet back to touch together, keeping a really nice flat back here. Our high plank is gonna go to side plank. So we're gonna keep the left hand planted, left wrist underneath, stacked underneath the shoulder. So shoulder over wrist, we're gonna stack our right arm up to the sky. So right shoulder stacks on top of left shoulder, lifting the hips up. Lift the hips up. You can get your lateral reaching stretch here. Lift and then lower right hand down and left arm up, other side. So everything is stacking, shoulders stack, hips stack, feet stack, reaching up, maybe even gazing up, lifting up with that left hip. So we tend to want to kind of dump there. We want to lift up with that left hip bone. Inhale here, exhale here. We can get this chest opening. If we want to drape the hand back by the lower back, or get our lateral reaching stretch. Belly in, gazing up, sternum spinning up, left hip up, bring it back to high plank, flat back, high plank goes to low, lower through a vinyasa or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna take a child's pose, so drop down to the knees, just backing up the wrists for a moment. Waking up, feeling a little bit more warmed up in the body, in our shoulders and in our wrists especially. Now we're gonna work into the hips. So meeting up in our down dog. Whenever you're ready, you can pass your table. Sets us up to tuck our toes and lift our hips up and back for our downward facing dog. So we're going to go to a yogi squat. We're going to step our right foot as we look forward. We're going to step right foot to the outside of the right hand. Hands are shoulder width apart. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Sinking in our squat here, our yogi squat. I will face you. So we're sitting in between our heels, in between the feet. Elbows gently press inside of the knees to find length in our center line. So heels in, toes out, typically here, or we can choose to bring or challenge ourselves to bring the toes a little bit more forward here. And just breathe in your yogi squat, sinking your sitting bones as low as they will go, extending the spine tall, gently pressing those elbows inside of the knees to open up the hips a little bit wider, just a little bit more. Broadening through the collarbones. Inhale, exhale, really feel your yogi squat anchoring down through the feet. All right, so from our yogi squat, we're just gonna go ahead and sit down, sitting back, or you could bring a block there. So sitting back on your sitting bones or sitting back on a block if you wanted to. Or you could support yourself in your yogi squat on a block. You could prop up a block underneath your sitting bones if that was hard for you, okay? So, and you can continue to keep the hips elevated above the knees. So sitting on a block here as well elevates or alleviates any pressure off of the knees. But we're gonna go to cradle the baby. So we just come up to our cross-legged kind of seat here, and then we're gonna cradle our shin. So I'm starting on the left side. So we bring our shin parallel towards the front edge of our mat. I'm facing you, so it's the side edge of our mat, whichever way. But we want to bring the foot into the elbow crease. And then this left elbow wraps around the left knee. So knee into, foot and knee are in the elbow creases. And then we can interlace the fingers here, just reach for a bind and gently rock from side to side. So really feel this here in the outer hip stretch, hip mobility. So really find some movement. So really reach to the right, like you're really trying to draw this knee over here towards the right, and then bring it back. Bring the knee all the way back behind you, like it wants to reach all the way back, and then bring the knee all the way over towards the right. So we're kind of twisting over to the left. over to the right, over to the left, over to the right, over to the left. One more. Right, left. Okay, cradle the baby, rock it out, side to side, other side. Right knee inside of the right elbow crease, right foot inside of the left elbow, and we cradle. So really bring that right knee back, maybe even we gaze back, and then bring the knee forward. My right hip is definitely my tighter side, if you haven't picked up on that yet. Rocking from side to side here. You can go slow or as fast as you want to, but the goal is to feel the stretch, really find the stretch. Lengthen out through this outer right side. Because as I said, we're gonna go to elephant trunk pose, an arm balancing posture. Any arm balance helps us to build confidence and upper body strength, wrist strength, core strength. This one is a lot in the hips and the hip flexors, okay? So we've stretched them. We're gonna strengthen them just a little bit more. So from our cradling the baby here, we're gonna come up to standing, bringing our hands to our hips, belly in, flat back, tall spine here, Tadasana. And we're going to, I'll start on the right side, so I'm gonna hug the left knee into the chest. All right, so hugging it in, grow taller. Lengthen through that right side. Just anchoring down, we're balancing, anchoring through our right foot and leg. And then we're gonna bring our hands to our hips and release that left knee and try to keep it lifted. So you can stay here and build that hip flexor strength, okay? Hip mobility is what we're going for. Strength and flexibility. So you can stay right here, keeping that knee lifted and bent. If you want to intensify or add on to this, we're just gonna straighten our left leg. Woo, straighten it, and just keep it extending outward, feeling that in the hip flexor. So you can bend the knee, keep it lifted a little bit higher, and then straighten. Turning on all of your muscular energy here. Core strength. Straighten and lift. Then lift the knee, straighten the leg. One more, lift the knee, straighten the leg. Lower, shake it out. Great job. Great job, excellent. All right, so other side. Hugging, grounding down to that left side, hugging the right knee into the chest, grow taller. Nice flat back. Even distribution of weight in the foot and the left side. Releasing the knee, hands come to the hips. Keep that knee lifted. And then straighten our right leg. It is kind of funny to see where our knee is in space here. So it also helps us to see our body in a different perspective when we move into some of these arm balancing poses. Straighten, lengthen, lift. Knee up, belly in, grow taller. Flat back. Inhale, exhale, straighten, lift. Lift it higher. Knee in, last one. And it's okay if your leg is down here. Okay, it doesn't matter how high it is lifted, this is what we are reaching for, or stay with the knee. The knee stays back and lower. Ooh. Shake it out. And we're gonna come on down to our mat, so you can come down to a yogi squat if you want to. And we're gonna start setting up for our elephant trunk pose. Warmed up, we've strengthened up a little bit. So from your yogi squat, we're just gonna sit back, and play around here, bringing our knee on top of our shoulder. All right, so this is what we're going for. The knee hugs the shoulder, goes to the top side of the shoulder, as high up as you can get it. And then we're going to bring our hands by our hips, bending that knee. So kind of hug your knee in over the shoulder. And then we're gonna bring heel toe this foot out in front of us and bring the shoulders forward to lift our sitting bones up, building our core strength here, hugging the knee in towards the shoulder. Lift and lower. Hands besides the hips, right beside the hips. Press and lift your sitting bones up. You're bringing the shoulders forward. Squeeze the knee in towards the shoulder. Lift. So you could also bring blocks here and have your hand under each hand underneath a block. It's going to help you lift up a little bit higher. Doesn't matter how high you lift. Feel your core strength, your core strengthening. And we're going to try that on the other side. So if you feel like you need a little bit more hip stretch, you can go back to your cradling the baby here and really work that stretch here. On the left side, we're going to try it on the right. So we're going to bring our right knee on top of the right shoulder. Right hand is going to go by the right hip, outside of that right hip. Same with the left hand. And then walk this foot out in front of you so you can just kind of heel toe it there. It's hard to get there. And you can press into the left foot. Lift your sitting bones up. Keep the knee on the shoulder. Belly in. Try to find a flat back or a tall spine. And lift, lower and lift. Lift, sitting bones up, and lower them down. Lift, and lower. One more time. Lift, and lower. Okay, we're gonna go back to the other side. We're gonna take a seated forward fold first. So we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up as we straighten the legs out in front of us. Sternum lifting, inhale, exhale, hinging and folding, hinging forward from the hips, reach and fold. Fold yourself in half as low as you can go. You can bring the forehead to the knees or the chin to the shin, chest to thighs, any kind of bind. You can bind your ankles. You interlace your hands behind the feet. Bend the elbows, fold yourself in half. Belly draws in. Shoulder blades down the back. Inhale here, exhale here. Find the length in the spine. In the neck and in the shoulders. Slowly come up. I'm going to face you. We're going to do this one more time. And then we're going to try to lift up a little bit more for elephant trunk pose. So now we're going to straighten our right leg out in front of us. I'll go well. Let's see. However you can see me better, best. I'll try it on this side first. So we're going to bring the knee on top of the shoulder. Really hug it up, 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 up. That's going to make it that much easier to really lift it up and over the shoulder. Place the hands by the hips. Belly in. Right like this. Other side. It's not that hard. Using all of your core strength, you can definitely feel the core being activated. Really get that knee up to the shoulder. Hand by the hip. Shoulders coming forward. Lift and lower. Great job! So even if you just tried it today and you didn't get very far, that is okay. It's something to go back to. It's fun, it's challenging. It's a strong core strengthening exercise. Like I said, wrists, core, hips, shoulders, lots going on there. So I hope you enjoyed this easy kind of mini flow, getting into elephant trunk pose. Thank you for being with here being here with me. Whew. Yogi brain. Thank you for being here with me today. Namaste.